What's up guys, welcome back to another video. And as you guys can see, the title of this video, I did something terrible. Not my fault, but that's why I'm gonna fix it. So let me give you guys some backstory. So I was on my way home. There's this really roundabout that I take kind of slow. I was in second gear. You know, everything's fine, everything's cool, everything's all right. I come out of the corner and I come up to a stoplight. At that stoplight, I put it in neutral. The light turns green. I put the car in first. I start to take off. When I let out the clutch, there is no reaction to the car. The car is just sitting there dead. Put it in second gear, let the clutch out, nothing. Third gear, I put it in the third gear, I let the clutch out, and the car stalls. So I hit up my trustworthy friend Brandon, and I mention him because he has a lot of VR6 cars, and this is something he's more, I would say he has more experience in the whole VR6 cars, Volkswagens just in general. So I asked him for some help. He basically said adjust the shifter linkage. So that's what I did. I went to go adjust the shifter linkage. To no avail, it did not work. I thought that would work. VW Vortex actually said that it could be the shifter forks. That's what I'm gonna be doing in this video. It is a couple weeks ahead. I have not ordered parts yet, but I will be ordering parts. I gotta get a bunch of stuff for this car. I gotta get a transmission jack. I have to get an engine support bar. I gotta get new bolts. And the best part about this is that this is my first time doing it. So that means you guys are gonna be able to follow me. And if you guys need to do this mod yourself, you guys would have basically a walkthrough. So you guys are gonna be coming with me to get everything that I need for this car. I hope you guys are excited because I'm excited. But it's really hot in this garage. As you can see, I'm like sweating bullets. So don't think I'm gross. It's really hot in here. So let's do it. Let's get in this video. I just got home from work. It's actually Friday. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna put the car up and basically rest it on those wheels that I have over there sitting in the back. So I'm probably just gonna set you up on the floor and then just start lifting up the car. I'm gonna head to McFadden and I gotta go to Harbor Freight because I need to pick up a transmission jack and the engine support bar. We're back at the house, and as you can see, I got the stuff laid out right here. 800-pound transmission jack and an engine support bar. I spent maybe $200 and maybe like $300 just on the support bar and the transmission jack itself. I'm probably gonna take this stuff out of the boxes and then I will show you guys that whole thing. But for now, I'm probably gonna pack this up and go eat something. So I'll see you guys back in the garage. It is the next day, and as you can see, I got the garage partially open because it is hot outside, so I'm not trying to burn up. I got the engine support bar mounted up here, attached to the engine already. If you guys don't have one of these, they're pretty helpful. Get one. They're magnetic, and since everything is magnetic, it can stick to that. Even right there, the magic of magnetic. Let's just keep going. If you guys don't know anything about this, you should. You guys will be able to see how these work. What you do is you open it up, compress it, and then you lock it. The lock is right here holding these teeth in, and then it just holds it shut so you can throw this around or leave it. Do whatever you want to do. See, it stays in place. And since it's just those bolts there, after you get those 4 out, this whole unit should be able to come out. So first thing I'm gonna do is actually just undo these cable ends. Those should be able to freely move here and there. So once you're basically done taking off the bolts for this bracket, it should be able to move freely like this. That's pretty much as much stuff that's attached to the transmission. Obviously you got to make sure you get your sensors off. So if you guys see all the way back there, that is the speed sensor. That needs to come off as well. Also disconnect the starter, these clips, and don't forget to disconnect the power cable off of that. So this one should just be a twist, and I'm pretty sure this power cable is just a 13. Once you do all that stuff up top, you're gonna take your 3/8 or whatever you got that has a M10 on it, and you're just gonna take off all of these axle bolts, both sides, passenger and the driver's side. So I'm gonna do that now. Once you drop out your axles, watch out for the passenger one, it might fall out. We're gonna proceed to take off maybe these dog bone mount. We have to take this bracket off holding the secondary air injection pump. I believe there is a bolt hidden back here somewhere. So I got the secondary air injection clamp off just those two bolts. It was 5mm Allen to take these off. One thing I am gonna have to do is undo the clutch line, because that's gonna bleed out if I don't undo it before I start taking the transmission out. So these two starter bolts are actually gonna be 18s. There's one here, and then there'll be one right here, right next to the clutch cable. So just be careful not to just rip that out. All right, so once you get it out, it'll look like that. Just put this to the side and be careful with it. Like I said before, so you don't lose any of the bolts, just go ahead and just put them back to where they're supposed to be. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take the clutch cable out. Let's get it set up right here. Just wanna pop this side out. So, just like that. Probably gonna just zip tie it to right here for now. Just like this, guys, just up and out of the way enough so that if you have the line going downwards, everything will bleed into here. This is mostly all just the stuff from the reservoir, so you're gonna have to remember to replace this with more brake fluid afterwards. So I got the transmission jack supported in here. Let's undo these bolts. These are just two 18s, and then we can start to lower the transmission out. I got the engine supported up top, and I got the transmission on the jack, and I'm slowly loosening it and having it fall down and moving it forward. I'm gonna start undoing the bolts that hold the transmission in place to the engine, so hopefully I can get it to slowly slide down and then get kind of sideways. That way I can slide the transmission out. I finally got the transmission out. Basically what I recommend you do is to at least have a second person doing this, because it was a hell of a time. So I had to have this jack stand, the blue jack stand, push up from the back of the transmission, because the axle cut likes to get stuck on the back of the engine part that has a specific cutout for the axle cup. So if you look right there where that circle is, this little dowel right next to the bolt on the flywheel, there's a cutout there for the axle cup to go into. Just be careful taking it out. It came out fine. I had to have all of these tools, and I was barely able to do it by myself. So if that means anything, means, you know, grab a couple of boys. Definitely you're gonna need help getting this out. And definitely I would say, if you could, try to get your car higher than this. Right now it's maybe not even like 2 feet off the ground. The way I got it out was basically, since this end of the transmission sticks out on this side, I was able to pull the transmission off of here. You got to make sure you clear these splines here and try not to damage them too much. And you'll have to make sure that you clear the subframe here, which is why I had that blue jack in place to push up on this notch right here, so that way the whole back of the transmission can clear the subframe. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I don't know why it sounds like an outro. It's definitely not an outro, but yeah, we got the transmission out, and then we're waiting just for the shift forks, and I'm gonna see if I can clean this up because it is very dirty in here. So I cleaned the transmission. As you can see, I have it setting right here. I use a mixture of Purple Power and Simply Green water and like industrial grade goof off. If you're gonna use this mixture, go light on the Purple Power, because I heard it tends to make metal etch. And I know a lot of people in the comments are gonna be like, well, you're gonna drive it, it's gonna get dirty again. I'm like, yeah, well, when I'm working on it, I don't want it to be dirty. I don't want my hands to be dirty. I end up dirty anyways, so the less I can be dirty, the better. That's pretty much it for today. Thanks for coming to this video. I appreciate it, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, follow me on Instagram. Suggest any videos you guys want to see in the future, anything you guys want to see me do to the Jetta or the GTI. I am more than willing to do it. especially because I'm running out of ideas myself. So I'll see you guys in the next video. If this is the last video, peace out.